Hello folks, this is Flinky Boss here again. Just going to do a very quick tutorial here, streaming live on Omlet Arcade, and it's going to be streaming to YouTube. So anyway, it's going to be, I'm going to try to keep my waffle down as much as possible. This is just a very quick sort of, instant, beginner's guide crash course type of thing, just how to get your bots ready and what to do with various things within the user interface in the game. All right, so first things first, up here where I have this thing here, I'm going to move this over. If you look, you can see my taps here, so I've switched that on. I'm using an Android device. You can see my taps here. Anyways, so basically, first thing you need to do is to change your profile name and stuff. And once you've done that, this is something that you do in here. Once you've done that, you can also see over here, there's your ID. If you tap on it, you can copy it to clipboard or whatever and paste it somewhere. That's how you share it with people. Change player name, you can see obviously is there. So this is what you do. You change it and update it, blah, blah, blah. But now I'm not doing that. You can also link up to Facebook or Google, or iOS has some sort of Apple thingy play, whatever. Anyway, you do that kind of stuff to make sure you don't lose your progress or whatever if something happens, if you delete the game or something like that, or switch devices. Anyway, you have your stats here, your personal stats, how many games you played and all that kind of stuff is there. And you can see what you're currently running in your, as if you didn't know, but you can use this for screenshots or something if you want to share it with people. Anyway, back here on the left, you have a list of things. Top one is basically your progress, and you get rewards. As you can see, I've collected all these things here. And the top row is for free for all, for everyone, and then the bottom row is for VIP premium players only. Now, here's a good bit of news. You might not want to be, paying for VIP and stuff. You don't have to. You can get through the game very nicely, and a lot of people play without having to spend a penny. There's no need to pay for this game. It's not pay to win or pay to play or anything like that at all. So anyway, the point here I was going to make is that say you got into level 25 or something like that, and suddenly you decide that you want to kind of give yourself a bit of a boost insofar as how much you get for progress. And what you basically do then is you can buy VIP for like 7 days or something like that, or a month or whatever, or even a year. And the point is that the minute you get VIP, even if you didn't use it before, all of the rewards that you have in the bottom, like for leveling up, all of those will still be available for the VIP section. So you can pick up all of the stuff at the bottom here if you didn't before at any point if you go for VIP. Anyway, as I would suggest, it's one of the best ways of supporting. I just forgot. I haven't remembered to pick these up. I just leveled up there. So collect both of them there. Come on. And there we go. Go back to hangar. Anyway, so that's the top one on the left. This one over here. Then the second one down is offers, if you have any free offers or any, because when you when you level up or whatever, you will automatically get some platinum or whatever and some lithium. The third one down, this one on this side here, this is your missions, and that's where you can find things that you get over time within the game. This resets, you get, or it doesn't reset, but you get new ones and resets, I suppose. Every 24 hours you get new ones. And as you could see as well here on the right hand side, beside over here, add progress. You can watch videos. You can watch X number of them, and when you've done that, you're now, it says you have to play a game to get another one, and so on and so forth. Very easy, and you can kind of get through a lot of upgrades and things by doing that kind of thing as well. Anyway, the next one down here is where you have these supplies. This is automatic ones. The first two, free supply and essential supply, these are kind of repeating ones that you get every so often. And when they come in, you basically tap on them to collect them, or in the middle one, essential supply, You have to watch a video to release it. Ultimate Supply, you can buy them as well, so you can pay for them as well. The last one down is a very important one. This is where you're going to make your most free money, and that is in the trade section. Silver trade is 10 ECs or energy cells, and these things are little guys that have a glowing kind of blue light to them, and this is what you drop when you get killed. All bots drop these energy cells or energy cores, if you want, on the battlefield. So when you see one, pick them up, run just by running over them. And if you can't actually see it, if you just killed the bot or whatever, or a mech, you just run around where the legs were or whatever, unless it was an uphill or whatever, downhill kind of situation, at which point you might roll downhill a little bit. So anyway, you can see them after a while, but even before the AI corpse has disappeared, you can pick up the cell by just running through the corpse. That might still be virtually standing there. So anyway, you'll hear a distinctive sound, boink kind of sound, where when you go through them, so you'll know it. We're not going to PUBG now. No, sorry. This is Mech Battle, and it's a lot more fun. Anyway, I do play PUBG as well, and it's a great game, but we're not going there right now. Gold trade is 50 cells, and ultimate trade is 125, and basically each one of these have different kind of odds and stuff for winning stuff. And each one of those rows there is like one draw in its own right. So top level there is 33%, so 3/3, like 1/3 for each chance of getting them. And you can get either 25,000, I don't care, now 25,000 lithium, or 20 or 25 platinum. Platinum is like gold, lithium is silver. Weapons and also bots. So you can win all kinds of things in these, and you basically just get different kind of stuff for the different trades. You can show content just to kind of look at them before you go for them. I personally recommend the 125s and the 10s. You can also get lots of, normally on the 50s you can get lots of bots set up early. Trident, for example, is the cheapest bot to buy anyway, but you can also get an Atlas. Atlas is the kind of the top dog, one of the top dogs anyway. Armageddon is another one. So you can get either of those three here in the 125 ones. Anyway, so that's how most people get most of their bots, actually. You can also buy bots, and that's done easily here. In the slots that you see down here, you have up to 5 slots. First thing to do when you start this game is to work hard to get all 5 slots released. The first the first 2 are there when you start. The fourth one, the third and fourth one, third anyway, I think is only lithium. Fourth and fifth, I think, are platinum. Anyway, I can't remember now. You'll see when you get going. So release all the slots so you can add your bots as you go. Do that before you buy fancy bots and things first, or do much about your weapons in the early levels, right? Once you want to change the bot, what you do is you tap on the center of it. Do that again. The center ring here, which you see is green here because it is fully upgraded. There's 10 levels to every bot and weapon. And you go in on the left hand side, you can see here, change mech. You can also go in and buy paint jobs, or you can sell them over here on the right. So sell mech or whatever, all that kind of stuff is there. And what you just saw is if I tap anywhere here around where the stats are, you get the actual stats for the bot. And you can read these kind of things. You can go up and down. You can also look through others. Weapons is on the left. Now we're on the right up here. Tap on that and you'll see the various weapons. And you can go through them here and see all the stats and things. And it's quite an advanced system. So you can basically see how much damage you do over time and over range as well. Some things are ranged and some things are, it changed damage depending on how close to the target you are and so on, and core stats are down here. Anyway, so that's all interesting stuff there. You can also find that particular section over here where you see like a cogwheel sort of side there. That's where you find all of these kind of information, like mechs and the weapons. While we're on the right, you have your settings over here, audio settings, quality settings. One very important factor here is if you're not using a very powerful device, the quality setting might be best left on the very bottom. Medium quality will give you a little bit better, and it will give you shadows and things. I don't want it because it might increase my lag a little bit, especially now when I'm streaming. So you'll have to live without shadows and things. But please understand, if you have a better device like an iPad or something like that even, you can probably run this at full quality or whatever and have no problems. Anyway, up to you. But as I said, run at lowest quality. If you have any lag whatsoever, run at lowest quality. Most people start off with as default, even on my mobile phone, on this one, which is a cheap $150 kind of, or euros kind of phone from Huawei. And basically I started off at middle quality by default. I switched down to low and got slightly better performance. Anyway, so that was that. And the second one down over here, if you look, the second symbol down here as icon is where all the leaderboards are. And as you can see there, oh, I'm back at 10th. Cool on that XP. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of them, different kind of stats here, and you can sort them by. You can show your actual ranks or the leaderboard for each and every one of these. So, like for example, played games. If I tap on that, it'll rearrange the whole leaderboard, and you'll see the rankings for that particular statistic. And all of these stats are sort of automatically saved with your account. Okay, let me have a sip of water here. Okay, I won't be that much longer. Anyway, so I'm 5th here, as you can see. Anyway, so to change bots in any slot, what you do is you just go and tap on it, the center, as I said. You can also sell mechs if you want, but I wouldn't, keep them. You get very little for them when you sell them. But anyway, paint jobs are cool. You can preview them, and as you can see, you have to pay gold or platinum for these things. So in this case, I have a couple. So if we look at Polaris here, I have a paint job on that, which is Green Beret. So if I wanted to, I can, switch previews here. And this is what a standard one looks like. So once you have a skin bought, you can just switch it off if you don't want it. Or if you have multiple skins, you can swap them around. And these two are very nice skins that I also got. This one here, Steel, as you can see. And this one here has got Eagle. Anyway, so back to swapping bots. Right, so you tap there and change mech. Up comes the list of mechs that you have. And nowadays they're actually ranked so that you can see level 10 ones are up on, starting off the whole lineup. And then you go now 9s, 8s, and so on. And you can have lots of them. As you can see, I'm now dragging this. And, once you have like 50, 60 mechs in there, it could become a little bit of a pain to kind of select them and so on, right? But what you can do is, if you tap on the rightmost side of the screen, as you can see here from my touch, you can actually speed up things like quite dramatically if you just tap faster. And, you can get towards the end of your list fairly quickly. Most of these, as you can see here now at this point here, these are all wins. These are things that I've won on the trades, and I think I got 20 or 30 of them in the last one. I do tend to spend a bit of time to sell them off when I get too many, just to kind of keep the place nice and tidy. But these days I don't actually have to do that because, as I said, everything is now going in rank order. So my strongest bots are ranked from the left. So when I first come in here, that's what I'll find. Here's the top dog kind of thing, Atlas. If I tap on deploy mech, that's what I'm going to end up with. So he's now added to my hangar. So now I have 3 light bots. This Zephyr, 2 of them, and Polaris, and then I have a medium one, Kronos, and then I have a heavy, Atlas. Now you can then go and change weapons. Same kind of business here. Just where it says change weapons, you go in there and you can here's your list. And now in this case we have like so many different weapons, right? But you'll also have the same thing that if you have multiples of them, you'll get them ranked. And also, as you can see, in some cases you have a stack of them of the same rank. So that's how you know how many you have of each and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, if you want to buy something new, you can go to the store, and that goes for bots, as well as the weapons, right? So some of them you have to pay for, pay for as in platinum. Most of them you can buy with just lithium. So this one here, this is a shield weapon. That's the one that costs you 3,000 platinum. I don't use them much, but some people swear by shields. I don't normally use them. I find giving away a slot that you can use for a weapon is kind of crazy. But yeah, they can be very effective depending on what you're doing with your hanger. Some bots you'd be kind of pretty cool if you're using a bacon runner, for example, or beacon. I call them bacon because it's kind of fun. Anyway, sounds like beacon. Anyway, beacon runners, you can happily shield them, and survive a bit longer when you're kind of running between cover. Anyway, so the thing is, you can also drop weapons as you please. So you just tap on one and then just hit drop weapon, and that basically is now available in the pool for another bot to use or whatever. So if you again, you can kind of tap fast if you have lots of stuff. I'll just basically put that one back in again. Just hit deploy. Anyway, I'm going to get back to my other mech that I was previously using here, which was my Independence, which is one of the coolest mechs. Just go to the store here and show you what you have. First of all, here's the Trident, if I want to buy a new one, right? Trident, then you have Poseidon. These are lights first, right? And then mediums, right? So you have lots of them here. Prometheus, Kronos. Kronos is one of the coolest bots in the place. It's a medium one, has a dodge facility, so you can actually sort of dodge left, right, forward, back, whatever, and it's actually very handy. It's a quick bot in general, but as you can see, you have to pay 2,500 platinum for it. Now you can win those. I'm not sure if you can win them anymore. Things have changed around a little bit now and again in the game. Anyway, we used to be able to win them in one of the trades. I can't remember now if that's been changed. Independence is a very, very reasonable price bot. Lithium, 115,000. If you look at what it has, if you look at the different things here, you can see it's got 1, 2 actual heavy slots, right, or heavy armament points. So that means you can run 2 heavy weapons on this one, and it's a quick bot. Its base speed at level 1 is 42 kilometers per hour, so it's pretty quick, and it's got a medium spot as well. So basically, that is a very powerful bot. But as you can see on the actual where it says plus, that's the health. It's fairly low starting health, and it doesn't get much higher than just over 100,000 hit points. Whereas this one starts at 103,000, so Kronos is obviously a lot more durable. Whereas this one is quick, and has really heavy duty weapons. Whereas this one has 2 heavy duty weapons, 2 heavies, and this one has 2 heavies plus a medium. So it's quite a good combo, this one. Anyway, Inferno is a jumper these days, and it comes with 3 slots, 1 of each. Heavy on top, medium on the left and or right, depending on if you're inside it, and the light slot on the right. Anyway, Sentinel, you get one of those, and the Trident, I think, as you start, they're very cheap and reasonable at 500,000. Again, it comes with two light slots and a hard point. Heavy hard point on top. Artemis is a bot that I haven't even tried myself. Some people swear by them. They're also a jumper. Zephyr, this is the one I recommend as a very nice runner. It has a boost function as well, and is quick as whatever. It's not the fastest bot unboosted, but when you boost it, it runs about as fast as you can possibly get in the game. Now that one's platinum, so it's a good value purchase though, because it's as you can see, with 4 light slots, it's a very good one. Most people like running Q200s, which are unguided rockets on it. Like myself, I love doing that too, but I like to have a couple of plasma guns combined with them. Anyway, here's a Valkyrie, another jumper. This is a heavy duty one, nearly 1.5 million. Well worth it. Berserker, also 1.5 million lithium nearly. Juggernaut, I don't personally like this, but it's a tough cookie to take down. is got fairly heavy hard points or hit points. Sorry. And the Atlas then, and the Atlas is 5,000 platinum, and so is the Armageddon. So those two are the most expensive ones. Anyway, you don't have to buy any kind of stuff if you don't want to, and most people just work away with the normal purchased bots that you can buy for just normal lithium. Anyway, so I love running fast bots and stuff, so I tend to kind of just use this kind of lot here. I also sometimes run 4 or 5 heavies. It depends on how I feel. That's the cool thing about Mech Battle. You can run anything, any combination or whatever. All bots are really valuable. All weapons are really powerful and useful, and they're all balanced very well. So you should be able to get around and knock stuff out, no matter what bot you're playing with. Leveling things up is easy peasy. If you have something that isn't leveled up yet, you can see anything that is leveled up fully has got a green on it, a green circle, and anything that isn't yet upgraded fully, which is most things for most people, generally speaking, when they start off, obviously, when you tap on it, you see upgrade as an option and how much it's going to be. Upgrade price, delivery time, everything has the time that it takes to deliver. You can speed that up by watching video ads. You can also speed that up by paying platinum. And that's why it's so important, as I said, to pick up these ECs, the energy cells, as you find them in the battlefield. Okay, so that's upgrades. Everything else like that is very simple. As I said, if you want to check any specs on anything, you can tap where you see the stats, and then you can kind of go in and check, how much will I make. If you look up here a little bit, you see the total damage there changing over time. And you can see, depending on which kind of level you're at, it's automatically set to 9 here because that's what it was. And you can obviously work out how much damage you're going to create with a particular weapon if you hit with all the shots, obviously. Reload times are relative. A lot of the weapons reload while they're shooting, so you won't be sat around waiting for 18 seconds like in this case, what it says here. But some things have full aim support, some things don't. So if we go to, for example, one of the Laser Mark IIs, you'll see that it has vertical aim support. So in other words, you have to do the horizontal aiming yourself. Now this one, Bertha, is the heaviest laser plasma antimatter beam. This one, it's basically like a laser plasma kind of weapon, and this one has no aim support whatsoever. So in other words, unless you're on the same level as what you're shooting at, you will miss. It's a very tough one to kind of use, but is well worth it if you're enjoying barbecuing stuff quickly. It's a very heavy duty weapon. Anyway, I personally like rockets a lot, as you can probably see in my hanger. There's 3 rockets on that one, 2 on that, 3 on that, and 2 on that and 2 on that. So I find that very effective on the light bots because I can stand off and be fairly safe, or I can be getting in close and not too close though, because all rockets and missiles and things will give you splash damage as well as the target that you're hitting. Anyway, no on insofar as friendly fire, don't worry about most weapons except the blaster type weapons. They will give I think friendly fire damage as well as hitting. It's very easy because they bounce. They can very easily reflect back on you, and you will hurt yourself if you don't hit the targets. Anyway, so we've seen on the right hand side along here, we've seen the settings, we've seen the leaderboard, and we've seen the kind of the mech lab where you can see the weapons and the mechs, and now finally here clans. So as you go up to about level 7, I think it was, you have to be before you can join one. You can go and look for clans over here. I'm the leader of the EA Dead Empire. So as you can see over here, we have 49, it says here, but some of those in the bottom here, they're just invites or whatever, and basically you can invite people or whatever to join the clan if you're either myself or one of my 3 additional administrators, and the guys in blue here are officers, and they help out with stuff like that as well. Anyway, you can find out more information about any clan by going on clans, where it says clans, and in there you can just type in something. So for example, the biggest probably clan at the moment, and has been because they've been around forever, is the GFYS. It's the tag for them. They're the Salty Dogs, and if you tap on that, you'll see all their clan members and stuff, right? As you can see here, on the right of any human beings, you shall find an icon for profile. You can actually tap on that, and you can then investigate, people's hangers or their stats or all sorts of kind of stuff. This is really useful when you're starting off, because you kind of see, what people normally use and what bots and, what combinations of weapons and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, so this is how you find the clan you want to join, and you can then also ask to join them. I don't have that on my screen, but you'll find it on your own. Anyway, so we're back here for Dead Empire, and over here on the right, you see clan contact here. If you tap on that, and you have Discord, we recommend everybody who joins us to have Discord, which is a free communications app. It's good for chat and stuff, and that's where we go to I'll just have a look here what it looks like. So if you go in here, you'll basically accept the invite and then join. You'll have to have an account on Discord first. It's all free, so a free app and everything. So anyway, so that's where you'll find us. So this is basically my server, Dead Empire DA Gaming HQ, and that's where you'll be joining. You can actually go there anytime. You don't actually have to join we have lots of people that work in play for other squads or other clans. Sorry, get rid of Discord. So I mean, you don't actually have to be part of the clan in order to come and join us on Discord, and we don't actually keep separate sort of servers for different people. We're all the same, so we're just having fun in the game. Anyway, feel free to join us, or anyone else, and that's how you get about finding out about clans and stuff. And the other thing as well, by the way, forgot to mention up here in your leaderboards, if you want to see what the real heavy duty guys do, there's the profile. And here we go, and all these guys, as you can see, you can check out what they're running. You can add them as friends. You see remove friend, here's my option, because they're already, a lot of these people are already there as my friends. That's the first thing I would say when you start running games, and I'm going to run a very quick one later on, but for now I'm just going to give this a miss and call it quits. I've shown you the front end. I'll show you some basic play and that in the next stream. For now, just going to show you friends battle. If you go there, this is what you do, and when you basically have a couple of friends added, and you can go to the results screen straight after a battle, and then you'll find those kind of icons on people that were humans, or people that were humans. Any human players in the battle you were in will have that icon. You can tap on it and then add them immediately. Do that a lot, and then you build up a nice group of friends quickly that you can then go to here, create a battle, or you'll be invited by them, and you just tap on invite player. Could you go out, Sam, Dylan? Yeah, I will do in a second. So so you just tap on invite player on either side. This is the opposition team, this is your team. You can go to any of these slots. If the one they highlight is the one where you're going to put someone. So now I'm going to just go and say, okay, here's a list of people. These are my friends. I got about 540 or so in the list, so it takes a little while to scroll. Anyway, if I tap on someone and invite, they will show up there. As you can see, the red ones here, they are actually offline, so I didn't want to bug anyone now. If you have green guys are basically available. Yellow guys are in battle or busy with something. They might be watching a video or two or whatever. Anyway, you can also remove people. And the other thing obviously here is, the settings. So here you have settings, and you can basically see you have last mech standing, or you have domination. Soon we'll have capture the flag as well, which will be very exciting. We have maps. You can select one of the 5 currently, or 7 we'll have soon. Maps, or you can leave it at random, so you don't actually decide which map you're going. Anyway, so that's it. And plus, of course, in here you can chat. So you can type away in here, blah 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 blah, and whatever. And if unless you're streaming like I am, you can use the speak. You can touch the microphone will then translate your babble into whatever. Okay, so you can chat away with people in here, and this is how you can learn from friends and stuff. And this is how I got going very quickly in the game early on. And I started playing just before Christmas, and the game was just a week or so out at that time. So anyway, so I'm there for like just about four and a bit months now at this point. Anyway, so that's it. Yeah, so manage friends is obviously something where you can go in and do some adjustments. You can get rid of people, manage them, and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, so that's what you do in here. That's it. I'm going to come back to this when it's not so much chitty chatty going on in the background. But before I do, the very last thing, look at the envelope. I'm basically showing here the links. In here, you can actually join groups like the First Mech Battle fan community page, and you can join that, for example, the group here. Anyway, so that's it. I'm done. The missus has come home, so the master's voice is calling. I'll see you around. Bye bye. See you for the next one. Bye.